Hello, my name is Jan and I'm your German teacher today. Today's lesson is about the German cases. I want to explain you exactly what nominative, accusative, dative and genitive means, but I will explain you how to use them. I will give you a text where you can check first how you would determine the cases there and especially for what reason. This text you find on my website. Just click on this link or on the link in the description. There it will help because it's all underlined. Everything that gets a case is underlined. So do that first before you watch the video. Just check for yourself which cases you could determine correct, and you should know also why you have to use this case. Then you can click on the answer key there and watch the video to check what you actually got right. And if you have something wrong, I will explain in the video why you have to use each particular case, because German cases are not hard. They're just explained hard. They're pretty straightforward. I got this text from the site Nachrichten leicht from 11th of December. Denkmal für Blinde. So let's check our first sentence there. In der Stadt Leipzig steht ein riesiges Denkmal. We have two objects that get a case here. That's Stadt Leipzig and Denkmal. Stadt Leipzig, the city Leipzig, is dative case. You can see that here marked in the color red. And it's dative case because of the preposition in here in front. In is one of the two-way prepositions, so you have to check if it's a position or a movement, but it's obviously here a position. You ask with where, so it's dative case. And ein riesiges Denkmal is nominative case, simply because it's the subject of the sentence. Second sentence. Es erinnert an eine Schlacht vor vielen Jahren. So it remembers on a battle many years ago. Es, you can see green, so nominative case because it's the subject. And vor vielen Jahren is dative case due to for. For as a temporal preposition, always use dative case. And eine Schlacht, there I forgot the arrow, is accusative case due to the preposition an. Erinnern an, always use accusative case, and it's also kind of the direct object. Next sentence. Experten haben das Denkmal jetzt noch einmal gebaut, aber ganz klein. So some specialists reconstruct the whole memorial, but in a very small size. Experten, that's the subject again, so nominative case. Das Denkmal is obviously the direct object, because we have no preposition here in front, so accusative case, and everything else doesn't get a case in here because it's no noun or pronoun. Nächster Satz, next sentence. Sie haben es für blinde Menschen nachgebaut. They rebuilt it for blind people. Sie is the subject, so obviously nominative case. Es is the direct object, the one that's acted upon. So accusative case, and blinde Menschen is accusative case due to the preposition für in front. Everything that follows für is always accusative case. Next sentence. Das riesige Völkerschlacht-Denkmal gibt es jetzt auch als kleines Denkmal für Blinde. So the huge so-called Völkerschlacht-Denkmal
the Battle of the People Memorial exists now even as a small memorial for blind people. Das riesige Völkerschlacht-Denkmal is accusative case because it's the direct object of the verb geben, gibt. Es is nominative case because it's the subject, and kleines Denkmal, there it's a little bit tricky, not that obvious, but kleines Denkmal and Völkerschlacht-Denkmal, there we talk about the same thing. So it's also the direct object, and for that case it's accusative case because it's still with both words we talk about the new smaller memorial, and that's why it's both the direct object, both get acted upon by the verb. And blinde, that's accusative case due to the preposition für, a bit easier than that one. Das große Denkmal heißt Völkerschlacht-Denkmal. The big memorial is called Völkerschlacht-Denkmal. Das große Denkmal is obviously the subject, but Völkerschlacht-Denkmal is nominative as well, because as well we talk about the same thing. And heißen is a verb like sein or bleiben. They require the nominative case as a subject, obviously, but for their second object as well, because the object talks about the subject as well. That's why it has to be nominative case. Das große Denkmal and Völkerschlacht-Denkmal, it's the same thing, so it's the same case. Nominative. Die Völkerschlacht war ein Kampf im Krieg. So the battle of the people was a fight in a war. Die Völkerschlacht is the subject here, so nominative case, and ein Kampf, a fight, is talking about the subject again. And war, that's just the simple past of to be, sein, and to be is like heißen, requires nominative case, so ein Kampf is nominative case. And im Krieg, in the little word im, there is the preposition in included, and in as a temporal preposition because we ask you with when, so during war. In as a temporal one, always dative case. Die Schlacht war im Jahr 1813, also vor mehr als 200 Jahren. So the battle was in the year 1813, so it means more than 200 years ago. The battle, die Schlacht, is the subject, so nominative case. Im Jahr 1813, there again we have the preposition in here as a temporal one. That's why it's dative case again, same thing like before with Krieg. And also if you think, but we have to be here, war, yes, but we have a preposition in front, and the preposition always overrules the rule of the verb, so it doesn't matter anymore what to be wants. The preposition rule is the one that is valid. And if you think about the time and the battle, that's not the same, so different cases. And the second one here, vor mehr als 200 Jahren, it's dative case due to the for, that's a preposition, temporal here, so always dative case. You can see it's important here with the n at the end of Jahren. Damals kämpften viele Länder gegeneinander. At that time many countries fight each other. Only noun in here is Länder, countries, and it's the subject, so obviously nominative case. Auf der einen Seite stand Frankreich. On the one side, word by word, stand France. France is the subject here, so France is nominative case, and auf der Seite is dative due to the preposition auf. It's local here, so we have to check if it's a movement or a position. So if we ask with wo or wohin, and it's obviously with the verb stehen, to stand, a position. So dative case. Der Chef von dem Land hieß Napoleon. So the boss of the country was called Napoleon. Der Chef is the subject. So nominative case. Von dem Land. Von, the preposition requires dative case always. So dem Land. And Napoleon is nominative again because we have again heißen that requires like to be, sein, always the nominative case. And der Chef and Napoleon, you can see it's the same thing we talk about, or the same person we talk about. So it's both a nominative case, always if a noun refers back to the nominative case, it gets the nominative case as well. That happens with some certain nouns, heißen, sein, and bleiben. Kämpfte gegen die Länder Russland, Preußen, Österreich und Schweden. So he fought against the countries Russia, Austria and Sweden. He is the subject, and then the rest is accusative because of the preposition gegen. Gegen requires accusative case. So let's go to the second part. Preußen war damals ein eigenes Land an der Ostsee. So Preußen was its own country on the Eastern Sea. Preußen is the subject, so nominative case, and ein eigenes Land is nominative case due to that we have to be here again. Damals is no preposition, it's just a temporal adverb, so it has no influence on the case. That's why it's still the nominative case here, because that's no preposition, and we talk about Preußen, the subject here again, its own country. And an der Ostsee, Eastern Sea, it's dative case due to the preposition an, it's local here, and the position, so we ask with where, wo, so dative case. Napoleon hat die Völkerschlacht verloren. Napoleon lost the battle of the people. Napoleon is the subject here, so nominative case, and die Völkerschlacht is the direct object, so accusative case, no preposition in front, so direct object, accusative case. 100 Jahre nach der Schlacht haben die Menschen das große Denkmal gebaut. 100 years after the battle, the people built the huge or the big memorial. 100 years is accusative case because it's a time without preposition in front. A time without preposition in front is accusative case, always. Nach der Schlacht, that is referring to the time as well, but nach is a preposition, so we use dative case because nach requires dative case, always. Die Menschen is the subject, so nominative case, and das große Denkmal is the direct object because that's what they built, so accusative case for the big memorial. Sie wollten an den Sieg über Napoleon erinnern und an die vielen Toten. They wanted to remember the win over Napoleon, and they want to remember as well all the deaf people. Sie is the subject, so nominative case, and den Sieg is with an here, and in and an, like before, use accusative case. The preposition an, if it's not local, like in this case, is a little bit special. It highly depends on the verb, which case it gets. But if you have no glue, go with the accusative case. Your chances are higher with accusative case. But an is one of those prepositions that is unfortunately not 100%, but there are only two that are not 100%. It's an and auf. Every other preposition will make it 100%, like über. Über as a non-local preposition, accusative case, always. And an is here still referring to erinnern, so it's still accusative case. Im Jahr 2015 ist das kleine Denkmal entstanden. So in the year 2015, the small memorial was created. That's dative case, because we have here the preposition in again as temporal preposition, and in as temporal means dative case, always. And das kleine Denkmal, the small memorial, is the subject and therefore nominative case. Der Grund, auch blinde und sehbehinderte Menschen sollen einen Eindruck von dem großen Denkmal bekommen. The reason, also the blind and visually disabled people should get an impression of the big memorial. Der Grund is nominative case because we have no sentence. That's just the word itself. It's not connected to something else, to a verb. So it is nominative case because it's no sentence. We use the base form. Blinde und sehbehinderte Menschen, subject, so nominative case. Einen Eindruck, impression, that's the direct object, so accusative case. And then von dem großen Denkmal, you can see again the preposition von requires dative all the time. That's why we use it here as well. Das kleine Denkmal ist 100-mal kleiner als das Original. So the small memorial is 100 times smaller than the original. We have twice the nominative here and once the accusative. So let's check first the nominative ones. Das kleine Denkmal, the small memorial, is obviously nominative case because it's the subject of the verb to be. And das Original is nominative as well because to be refers here not to 100 mal, so it doesn't refer to this noun. It refers to kleiner als, so smaller than. So indirect, it refers to the original, das Original, and that's why that's nominative case as well. We always have that if we have the preposition als together with the comparative. So when we compare something, due to that this to be always refers to the second part, so the other object we refer to, it has to be nominative case as well, because that's the complement of to be and not the word, the noun right after to be. That's why mal is not nominative case here, it's accusative case. Why? You remember for sure times and so on is always accusative. It's the same with measurements, because that are all just supplements, so non-necessary parts of the sentence. We could leave it out and the sentence would still make sense. If we say das kleine Denkmal ist kleiner als das Original, that's still grammatically 100% correct. It's something like that the time is always accusative. It's the same here. The supplement about measurements is always accusative as well. The same with supplements about the time. In the next sentence, we have two more examples with this construction here. So the next sentence. Das heißt, das Original ist fast 100 Meter hoch, das kleine Denkmal nur knapp 1 Meter. First part, das heißt, so that means the original is almost 100 meter high and the small memorial just a meter smaller. Das is the subject of the verb heißen, so nominative case, and das Original is the subject of to be. And here again, to be does not refer to the meter, it is connected to hoch, to the adjective hoch, high. That's why that's just a supplement, so nothing necessary. It's not the complement of to be. The necessary part here is hoch, and that's why that's accusative case. The same with the next one. Das kleine Denkmal nur 1 Meter, so the small memorial just 1 meter. We dropped ist here because it's the same like here, but das kleine Denkmal is the subject, and we dropped hoch because it's also the same like here, but it still refers to hoch, and that's why that's a supplement again, something we can leave out, and it makes the sense. It's just some additional information. So no preposition in front means accusative case. That's maybe a little bit more difficult than before, but just see it like that. Try to leave it out, and it works. The sentence is still correct and makes sense. It's not nominative case, even if it stands right after to be, without a preposition in front. If you can't leave it out, it has to be nominative case. Next sentence is a little easier again. Jeder darf es anfassen. Everybody can touch it. So jeder is the subject, the acting person, and es is the direct object, so accusative case. Es sieht ganz genauso aus wie das große. Es is the subject, so nominative case, and wie das große, that's the subject. Again, we dropped the verb as well because it's the same verb like in this clause before. The full sentence would be wie das große auch aussieht. So, subject of that, and that's why nominative case. Last sentence. Man kann sogar hineinfassen und alles mit der Hand betasten. You can even get into it and touch everything with your hand. Man is the subject, so nominative case. Alles is the direct object. Everything, you can touch everything. So accusative case. And mit der Hand is dative case because the preposition mit wants it like that. Mit always requires dative case. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson and learned a lot about the German cases, and you can see that it's actually not that difficult. It's just taught in a really difficult way sometimes. And if you have any question, just write a comment or just go to my website. They have many further information about the German grammar. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. There I publish daily exercises and hints that will help you to learn German online. So see you next time. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video.